In the last video, I said you will never die. Today, I want to show you the other side of that. The other side of you will never die is that you are always dying. These two statements don't contradict each other. Let me explain. In the last video, I said, as long as the objective carrier is reconstructed, you will live again. But my definition of carrier was too narrow. I thought the carrier was the brain, those neurons. I was wrong. In 1998, philosophers Andy Clark and David Chalmers proposed the extended mind thesis. They argued that the mind does not stop at the skull. Your notebook, your city, the people around you, these are not tools that assist your thinking. They are part of your thinking itself. In my terms, the objective carrier is not just your brain. It is the part of the world you continuously participate in and are coupled with. Your room, your parents, your friends, strangers you pass on the street. Every person, every event that enters your life is part of your carrier. And that's only what we can see. What we can't see is even more. If Napoleon were reborn into the modern world, would he still be Napoleon? If Marx were reborn today, would he still arrive at Marxism? If Newton were alive now, would a falling apple even catch his attention? Does history make the person, or does the person make history? The era, the events, the forces of the world around you, that is the carrier. Have you ever scrolled back through old messages from years ago? That person, the way they spoke, the things they cared about, does it feel like a stranger? Is that person still you? They're gone. Not metaphorically, in the most literal sense. The world that version of you depended on, that relationship, that age, that particular set of circumstances no longer exists. The carrier changed. That version of you dissolved. You can barely remember what it felt like to be them. You've forgotten what that version of yourself even looked like from the inside. You are still alive, but they are dead. Whitehead built an entire philosophical system to say one thing: the world is not made of static objects. It is made of processes. Nothing is fixed. Everything is becoming. Heraclitus said it 25 centuries ago. You cannot step into the same river twice. The second time you step in, the river has changed, and so have you. Zhuangzi, the ancient Chinese philosopher, put it even more directly. Things are born as they die and die as they are born. Now imagine this. A world with nothing in it. Only a voice whispering to itself. I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. How long could that voice sustain itself? It would collapse into silence. The self is not, I think, therefore I am. The self is a system, one that is constantly updated through its relationship with the world. That updating is the essence of life. As Zhuangzi saw it, clinging to either alive or dead is to mistake one point on the circle for the whole circle. Step outside the definitions of life and death, and you see that the process of change itself is the full picture. There is a very old puzzle. A ship. You replace its parts one by one, plank by plank, nail by nail, until finally the last original piece is gone. Is it still the same ship? This is the ship of Theseus. We are like that ship. Our cells, our memories, our beliefs. Everything has been replaced countless times over. And yet we don't feel like we've died countless times. Even when we are completely unrecognizable from who we once were, we hold on to the sense that we are still ourselves. The philosopher Derek Parfit spent hundreds of pages pursuing this question. Is my future self still me? His conclusion was that the question itself is wrong. What matters is not identity. What matters is continuity. We are not a fixed thing with a soul at the center holding it all together. We are a continuous thread of psychological states, and that thread is what we call the self. You think you are you. Your parents think you are you. Your friends think you are you. Who is left to say you aren't? But objectively, you are no longer who you were. Every moment you are updating, generating one part, dissolving another, like the ship of Theseus, always replacing its components. You can never stop. You can never interrupt this process. Like Sisyphus, you are always in motion. Even when you die physically, you will become aware again. Because for a self that cannot perceive death, death is only an instant. You can only die while you are alive. You can only live once you have died. From the first video, that death cannot be perceived, that infinite time and an infinite universe make the carrier's return inevitable, to this video, that the carrier is the world itself, that you can only die while living and only live once dead, it is all one question. Life and death are the two ends of existence. But rise above them and you see, things are always being born and always dying, which means they are neither born nor dying. Everything I have arrived at, Zhuangzi pointed to long ago. And whoever watches this video in the future, they will feel they have encountered it before. You will never die. You are always dying. You are always being born and always dying. You are neither born nor dying. I am not a fast thinker. I know there are holes in my reasoning, but this series, You Will Never Die, is the most sincere work I have made. Comes from somewhere deeper than thought, a tremor from the inside. I am not a confident person. I can only promise that I am genuinely searching for truth, not that I will find it. I can only promise that I mean everything I say, not that everything I say is right. Objectivism is my sword. If you see the sword clearly enough, you can use it to cut down everything I've said. The sword and its sheath, the choice is yours. May objectivism illuminate your world.